Good evening, yogis. Another day in quarantine. Another day doing yoga virtually with me. And so welcome. I hope you're all well. Enjoying the sunshine. It's a little bit chillier today than it has been. Today we're going to be going through nice vinyasa flow class, working on opening the hips, the quadriceps, the calves, the hamstrings, and the shoulders as well. So a little bit of all body opening that we'll be doing today, a little bit of strengthening as well. So we'll get straight to it. Let's start on our backs. And let's come into Supta Baddha Konasana, so recline cobbler's posture. So just bringing the soles of the feet together and just allowing the knees to fall out to the side. As always, if this is a little bit intense for you, even if not, if you just want a bit of support, you can always just put some blocks underneath your thighs or some cushions underneath your thighs. And let's bring the shoulder blades under the back so the chest is nice and open. Tuck the chin slightly so the back of the neck is long. And just getting settled in. As always, you can have hands on abdomen or hands by the side of the body or above the head, whatever feels good for you today. And just taking a moment, as always, to settle in and to prepare for the practice. And this is just a nice passive posture to open into the adductors and the groins. And also it's a lovely restorative posture as well. And just taking a moment just to notice how you feel. And just letting go of your day. And letting go of any plans for the week to come. And just allowing yourself to be present for the next 60 minutes. And bringing your awareness now to the breath. Noticing the subtle movements in the body from the breath. Notice the wind in the nostrils. Notice if you feel any restrictions in the breath. And whereabouts in the body you may feel them. And let's take a deep inhale into the abdomen. And exhale through the mouth. Inhale into your abdomen. Exhale the mouth. And again, inhale. Exhale. And just return to normal breathing again, just for a moment. Notice any changes in the breath. And notice any sensations in the body. And when you're ready, just starting to deepen that breath again. So keeping the mouth closed this time as we take our exhales. As best as we can, just trying to breathe through the nose now. Inhaling into the abdomen, up into the chest, up into the shoulders. Exhaling, the shoulders relaxing, chest falling, abdomen falling. As we're lying here focusing on the breath, it becomes a little bit uncomfortable in those hips. You can always just bring the soles of the feet back onto the mat. And just allow the knees to knock together. Always being comfortable in your practice. If there's any pain, always coming out of the posture. And tension's a different thing. If you're feeling fatigue in the muscles, that's totally different. You're trying to hold, you're trying to relax through those postures. If there's pain, you come out. Maybe activating your Ujjayi breath now if you haven't yet done so. Breathing with sound. And really slowing the breath now. And just bringing the hands now to the outside of the thighs. And slowly, slowly just helping those legs back together. Let's hug the knees into the chest. And give ourselves a squeeze. And dropping the left foot to the mat, we're going to come into half happy baby. So just bending that right knee, reaching, taking hold of the right foot if it's available. If not, as always, you can take hold of the back of the leg or the calf. If you can, you're taking the outside of the right foot, pulling the elbow inside of that right leg and draw the knee down to the outside of the body, towards the mat. The left hand can be on abdomen, on hip, or just out to the side, whatever feels good for you. And just waking up the hips a little bit more, waking up the hamstrings now. And feel free to have a move. I always like to wiggle my hips, have a wiggle around. When I first come into my practice. And then releasing that right foot to the mat. And bringing that left leg in. Taking hold of the left foot. And again, taking that half happy baby on the left side. Left ankle is flexed, heel towards the ceiling. We're looking for about a right angle through the back of that left knee. And just trying to keep a connection between your sacrum and the mat, so not allowing the bum to lift here. Keep drawing that tailbone down. And just breathing into your tension right now. As always, nothing crazy when we start off. It's a nice little stretch. And again, feeling free to add a little bit of movement. That feels good in this posture. It's your chance to look inside. And just notice how the body is today. And releasing that left foot back to the mat. Take those legs long. Take the arms overhead or a full body stretch. And draw the knees into your chest again. Give yourself a squeeze. Let's take the hands onto the backs of the thighs. And we'll start to rock and roll. Just a nice way to work through the spine. And your next rock, let's rock up to seated. We'll swing the legs around. Find your tabletop position. Fingers spread, palms pressing into the mat. Tuck your toes under, send the bum back and up as we make our way into downward facing dog. Just maybe walking through those heels, stretching out the backs of the legs. Maybe go for a little twist here in your first downward dog. And again, just noticing how you feel. Connect to your bandhas. Draw the navel to the spine. Activating your Uddiyana Bandha. Lift your pelvic floor, activating your Mula Bandha. Maybe turning the head from side to side, stretching out the neck here. As always, if you're tight in your hamstrings, bend the knees a little bit so you get that length through the spine. The most important thing about your downward dog. And walking the hands towards the feet. Just checking those feet are hips width apart. Subtle knee bend as we come into a forward fold. Let's take hold of opposite elbows. Define ragdoll. And just checking there's no tension through the neck. Let's nod the head, yeah, shake the head no. And tipping the weight forward slightly into the balls of the feet. And option to sway in your ragdoll. And releasing the hands. So allow the arms to be nice and floppy. You're going to come all the way up to standing. Rolling through our ragdoll. So unwinding the lower back first, the mid back, the upper back, and then the neck. Let's inhale, raise the arms nice and high. Bringing the hands into Kali Mudra. So as if you've got a little gun, if you're a little James Bond gun, index fingers straight and the rest of the fingers curled over. Reaching those arms nice and high. Find an extension through your spine here. Working through the shoulders. Take an inhale. As we exhale, coming into a bit of side flexion. So we're going to move the hips right and move the arms over to the left. Just keeping the neck nice and long. Again, nothing too crazy to start with the practice. Don't pop a rib out or anything like that. Inhale, come back through center. And exhale, hips go left, arms go right. Stay nice and grounded through your feet. One more breath here. Inhale, coming back through center. And exhale, release the hands, folding forward. And maybe walking out the legs. Maybe your hands come to the mat or to a block. And bringing hands back to the mat. Walk the hands forward and we'll find that downward facing dog again. And look between your hands. Inhale. Let's walk feet towards the hands this time. Feet come together, big toes touch. Find length through your spine. Inhale, halfway lift. As always, maybe your halfway lift is here. Just find length through the spine. And then exhale, folding forward. Subtle knee bend as you fold. Flexion through your spine. Ground down through your feet. Inhale, come all the way up. Palms touch. And exhale, hands heart center. Close your eyes. As always, maybe setting an intention for your practice here. Maybe just focusing on the breath. Strong through your legs. Equal weight on the balls and the heels. And join me for an Om and a short mantra. And take an inhale. Exhale. Inhale for Om. Sahana Bhavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvi Navati Damastu, Mavit Vishavahai. And exhale the hands by the side of the body. Went into some sun salutations. Inhale, raising your arms. Find opening through the chest. Reach those arms high, palms touch. Exhale, folding forward from the hips. Flexion the spine as you fold. Inhale, find length through the spine, halfway lift. And exhale, planting the hands. We'll step the feet straight back into our downward facing dog. And breathing nice and deeply, slow the breath. Staying here a few more breaths. And looking between your hands. Inhale, walking or jumping feet to hands, feet together, extend your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming all the way up. Take the arms out to the side if you have room, palms touch. And exhale, hands heart center. And again, inhale, raise your breath. Exhale, swan dive. If you have room, arms out to the side as you fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Find extension through your spine. And exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back, finding a high plank. Holding that high plank. Tuck your tailbone under, wrap the triceps under, find strength through your shoulders, strength with your upper back. Draw the navel in. Hold in a couple more breaths if you can. You can always come to half plank, drop the knees, but maintain the strength through the core. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. Knees, chest, chin, all through chaturanga onto the mat. Just pointing the toes, let's interlace the fingers behind the back. Going into snake pose, we're going to keep the feet down. So keep pressing those feet nice and strongly into the mat. Inhale, open the chest, work through those shoulders. Fist goes back towards the feet and we'll hold 3 breaths. For 2, keep breathing. 1, exhale, release, hands by the chest. Tuck the toes under, press the hips back and up, downward facing dog. And again, let's hold our downward dog. Two more breaths here. Fingers spread, palms pressing the mat away. And 1 more breath. Look between your hands. Inhale, walk or jump feet to hands, extend through your spine, look up. Exhale, forward fold, head comes in. Ground through the feet, inhale to come all the way up. The palms touch. And exhale, hands heart center. And again, inhale, raise your breath. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, stepping the feet back, finding your high plank. And just hold a couple more breaths here. Find strength through the legs, strength through the core. As you exhale, lower down, knees, chest, chin, or through your chaturanga dandasana. Pointing toes, cobra, baby cobra this time. Inhale, open the chest, draw the shoulder blades together, heart moves forward. And exhale, tucking toes under, send the hips back and up, downward dog. And 3 more breaths. See if you can really lengthen the breath here. Lifting sit bones to the ceiling. And let's heel toe the feet as wide as the mat. Pressing back through those hips again. Nice wide-legged downward dog. And keeping the toes as wide as the mat. Let's turn the heels in slightly. Let's walk the hands back towards the feet and we'll find a squat. Sitting down into your squat. As always, if those heels aren't down, try moving the feet out a little bit wider. Maybe the heels come down. If they still don't come down, you can use blocks. You can use a blanket, a towel under your heels, or just roll your mat up. Let's bring hands into prayer. As well, you can be here. This is fine. Just work into your hips here. This is all good. Otherwise, we're here. Just applying a little bit of pressure to the inside of those legs. Maybe you're rocking side to side. Now really feel the connection to the outsides of the feet and your mat. And let's see if we can lift up a little bit. So just engaging through the quads, through the glutes. Just holding here. And release. Sinking back down. And again, engage. Just lift up slightly. Just feeling the legs work, feeling the hips work. Just bringing the agni, that fire, to the hip area. And exhale, release. We'll do 1 more of those. Engage, lift slightly. Again, just working the way to the outsides of the feet. Just trying to wake up the legs, wake up the hips. 1 more breath. And exhale, sink. Let's take the hands forward and we'll walk those hands forward, finding our downward facing dog again. Move the feet in so they're hips width apart. And looking between the hands. Inhale, walk or jump feet to hands, feet together, extend your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to come all the way up, palms touch. And exhale, hands heart center. And bending your knees, raising the arms this time as we come into our Utkatasana. Fierce pose. Squeeze the thighs together, squeeze the glutes. Find opening through the chest. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold, legs straighten. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, stepping the feet back, finding a high plank. Inhale in there. Exhale, lower down knees or through your chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. This time, lifting the hips up strong through your legs. And exhale, downward facing dog. Raise the right leg towards the ceiling. Find your three-legged dog. Pressing back through that left thigh. Just working that flexibility in that left leg. And working strength through the back of that right leg. Let's bend that right knee and let's make some circles with that right knee. So again, just trying to find the full range through that right hip. Taking that knee as far out as you can. Bringing it back towards the left knee. Taking it up, taking it out. We'll do two more this side. One more. As it comes back in, we'll bring that right knee through and drop the right foot between the hands. Finding our high lunge position. Inhale as you make your way up into your crescent lunge. And driving through that right heel and feeling that nice stretch to that right left hip, through that left hip. Let's bring the right hand onto the right hip. Inhale, find a little bit more length, and exhale, a little bit of side flexion. Keep sending those hips low. Maybe you're feeling a little bit of an increase in that left hip, stretching the left hip. Keep breathing, staying here, two more breaths. Can you find a little bit more length through the spine, space through the body? Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, plant the hands. Inhale, send that right leg back and up. Three-legged dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Hold your downward dog or join me for a vinyasa. Inhale as we move forward. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left side. Inhale, straighten that left leg. And check that left hip is dropping down. You don't want the hip to be open right now. You want the work to be in the back of that right leg. Feeling that stretch through the hamstrings. And one more breath here. And bend that left knee. And we'll start to make some circles. Taking it nice and wide, bringing it back towards the right knee. And taking it up and around. Keep moving, three more. Find that full range. Two more. One more. As that knee comes back in, bring that left foot forward, finding that high lunge. And inhale as you make your way up into your crescent. You're really feeling the connection between the left foot and your mat. Working through that right leg. Really working into the front of that right hip. Can you find a little bit more length? The left hand drops down onto the hip. Inhale. Exhale, side flexion. Just working into that psoas muscle on the right side. Couple more breaths here. The last one. Inhale, coming back through center. Exhale, plant the hands. Inhale, send that left foot back and up. Three-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. And exhale, drop knees to the mat. We'll bring the big toes to touch. Send the knees wide and sit back into a wide-legged child's pose. If you want a little bit more on the shoulders here, feel free to come onto the fingertips. Lifting the gaze. And bring the knees back underneath the hips. Send the feet back slightly. We're going to make our way onto our bellies. Coming onto the elbows for a nice little quad stretch. So half frog Bakasana. So we're going to bend. Start with the right leg. I'll do this side so you can see what I'm doing. Starting with the right leg. Reaching back. Taking hold of the foot. So easiest way is just to take the inside of the foot. If you have a strap, if you're a little bit tight in the quadriceps, take a strap. And you're just going to bring the heel down to the outside of that left hip. If you're going well, flipping the heel of the hand onto the top of the foot and just pressing down. Stay nice and open through the chest as best as you can. Keep driving that right elbow down, left elbow, sorry. You're on the other side. And breathe. Just notice how that hip feels, how that quadricep feels. And releasing. We'll come straight into the other side. And so bending your left knee and bringing that foot up. Again, maybe you're here. This is fine. Maybe you're using a strap, or if you can, you're reaching back with the left hand, taking hold of the foot and bringing it down. Just working through the quads. Stay connected with your right elbow, your right forearm on the mat. And don't take it too far. Listen to the body. Try to relax as much as you can. And just breathe into that quadricep. Every exhale, maybe see if you can push the heel a little bit deeper. Just trying to find your edge. And releasing the foot. We'll bring the hands by the side of the body, tuck the toes under, send the hips back and up, downward facing dog. And looking between the hands, inhale, walking or jumping feet to hands, extend through your spine, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bending the knees. Inhale, finding that Utkatasana, so feet together. Palms can touch or not, it doesn't matter. Just find length through your spine, opening through the chest. And find the strength in those legs. Squeeze thighs, squeeze glutes. Inhale and exhale, forward fold again. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, stepping the feet back, finding your high plank. Inhale there. And exhale, lower down, each chest chin all through your chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Open the chest. And exhale, downward facing dog. Coming into twisted dog, if it's available. Otherwise, just hold your downward dog. Bringing that right hand through to take hold of the outside of the left leg. Maybe it's the knee, the calf. If you're going well, work towards the ankle. Driving that left hand down and just lifting the gaze underneath that left armpit towards the ceiling. Inhale, bringing right hand back to the mat. And exhale to the other side. Again, just going as deep as feels comfortable in your body. Inhale, bringing left hand back to the mat. Exhale. Inhale, take the right leg high, three-legged dog. And this time we're going to open that hip now. Send that leg nice and high. Working the outer glutes. Work it into the hips. Inhale. And exhale, close the hip, bend that right knee, bring it through, drop the right foot between the hands, and drop the left knee onto the mat as we come into a low lunge. Just find where it feels comfortable in your body. So move that left knee back as much as feels comfortable for you. As always, you can use a towel underneath that left knee or double your mat over. Top of the foot can rest on the mat or keep the toes tucked under. And let's make our way up. Just hands on that right knee. You can just work in through the front of the hips. And try to relax. Use that breath. Every exhale, see if you can sink a little bit deeper. Inhale, take the arms high. Exhale. Inhale, maybe opening the chest, leaning back a little bit here. Inhale, bringing hands back to the mat, either side of that right foot, and we'll shift that left hip back over the left knee, coming into half splits. Again, just working through the back of that right leg now. It doesn't matter if there's a knee bend, as long as you can feel that stretch in the back of that leg. As always, option to flex the ankle if you're going well. Keep the navel drawn to the spine. Try to work the heart towards that right foot. And bringing that right foot back onto the mat. Plant the hands, tuck the back toes under, and we'll send the right foot back to meet the left, finding downward facing dog. Option to hold your downward dog, or we'll take a vinyasa. Inhale to move forward, high plank. Exhale to lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Left side, inhale, left leg high. Three-legged dog. Now point the toe, open the hip. Inhale, exhale, close the hip, bend that left knee, bring it through. Plant the foot between the hands and drop the right knee to the mat, finding that low lunge again. Left knee over the ankle. Sinking those hips nice and low. Finding where it feels comfortable for you, and we'll make our way up. Hands stack onto that left knee. Working through those hips. Keeping that breath going. Soft shoulders. Inhale, take the arms high, reach, find length through the spine. Exhale there. And inhale, taking it back if you can. Just working a little bit more through the front of that right hip, as well as opening into our back bend a little bit here. Inhale, coming back up, planting those hands, and exhale, right hip comes over the right knee, taking that half split left side. And again, making yourself comfortable, taking whatever variation feels nice in your body. Try to keep that chest open. Keep pulling the hips back as you send the heart forward. Keep breathing into your tension wherever you're feeling it in this posture. And bringing left foot back onto the mat. Hands either side of that left foot, tuck the toes under, and send that left foot back to meet the right, find your downward dog. And again, option to hold your downward dog, option to drop to child's pose to rest, or we'll take a vinyasa. Inhale as we move forward. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, cobra or upward. And exhale, downward. And looking between your hands. Inhale, walking or jumping feet to hands, extend through your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming all the way up. And exhale, hands heart center. A little bit of a balance. And coming into a nice little calf stretch as well after this balance. So a little bit of work and then we get to rest a little bit. So let's bring the right knee up. This is working strength through the front of that right hip into the hip flexors. Inhale, we'll take the arms high. And as we exhale, take the arms back, start to tip forward, finding warrior 3 variation. Inhale, moving back up, lifting that knee, reaching up. Exhale, moving back, finding that warrior 3. Inhale, moving up. Reach, find length through your spine. Exhale. Taking it back, aeroplane arms. Inhale, coming back up. If you fall out, as always, just have another go, get back in. Inhale, coming back up. Keep moving to your breath. Move a little bit more quickly if you need to, or slow it down if your breath is a little bit slower than mine right now. Just try to find the grace in the movement. Try to find the concentration and the balance. Let's see if we can do 2 more this side. One more. Inhale, coming back up. As we exhale, this time we're just going to fold forward a little bit. So about 45 degrees, bend into that left knee and just step the right foot back. So it's like a little bit of a lunge, but we've got the right heel down on the mat. Let's bring hands to the hips. And just stretching back through that right calf. Again, adjust if you need to, if you can't feel it. So me, I think I need to go a little bit deeper. Keep drawing left hip back. Or maybe, like me, you're feeling that left glute is on fire now. I'm going to release in the hips, take the arms forward, step into that left foot. Inhale, let's bring that right hip again. And exhale, release, give yourselves a wiggle. I'm going to try it on the other side. When you're ready. Left knee comes up. You can just hold it here for a little bit, just work into those hip flexors, building that strength. Check the bandas are on. Inhale, take the arms high. Exhale, Send the hands back, leg goes back. Inhale to bring it back up again. And again, finding that grace. Moving with your breath. Find the concentration. Find the strength. And as always, if you fall out, no worries. You just have another go. Let's see if we can do 2 more this side. One more. Inhale to bring it back up. And exhale, just tilting forward, sliding out as we send that left foot back, bend into that right knee. And find that stretch to that left calf. I'm feeling it a little bit through my left hip as well. Hands to the hips. And find where feels good for you. Widen the stance as much as you need to. If you're really open in the calf and the Achilles, then you might need to move it forward. If you're not too open, then maybe you're here, and this is fine. Just keep that breath going. Really feeling that connection between the right heel, the right foot, all 4 corners of that right foot and the mat. Let's stay a couple more breaths. Can you work that heel, that left heel down a little bit more? Let's take the arms forward. We'll lean into that right foot again. Inhale, bringing it up. And exhale, release. Good, let's give it a shake. And let's slow it down. Inhale, take the arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extend the spine, look up. And exhale, planting the hands, step the feet back, find your high plank. Inhale. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Let's stay a few breaths. Inhaling. And exhale, drop knees to the mat. Bring tops of the feet onto the mat. And we're going to send that right leg back. Just finding a little stretch through that right leg again. And let's point the toe. So just working through our hips. Again, just check that the bandas are on. As always, just make sure that you've got core strength here, that we're not dipping into the lower back. And let's bring that right foot across behind the left. And inhale, we'll bring it round, finding full range. So coming right the way around. Maybe coming towards the hands or in line with the hands, and then sending it back around. Good, with the breath now, inhale. Exhale to bring it round. Inhale to move it back. Exhale, bringing it to the other side. Inhale, moving it round. Exhale, bring it up. Inhale, move it back. Exhale, bring it round. Inhale, bring it round. Exhale, we're going to plant the foot now. In line with the hip, so not too far forward. We're going to reach the arms forward and coming into a shoulder stretch. So it's like thread the needle, little variation of thread the needle. So taking the right arm, thread it underneath the left, bring the shoulder onto the mat, move that left arm forward, finding that shoulder stretch and a hip stretch at the same time here. Just doing your best. It doesn't matter how deep you go. Maybe you can't come into that shoulder stretch, and that's all right. Maybe you're just here working into that right hip. And coming back up and back onto the mat. We'll swing that right leg back and lift. So just working through that right leg a little bit more. The shoulders are over the wrists. Again, that right hip is dropped. And let's pulse a little bit here. A little bit of pulsing. And bringing the right foot back onto the mat. Again, onto the ball of the foot. And pressing back through that right heel. And if it's available, we're going to stretch into the front of this left foot. Lifting the knee up. So it's almost like you're coming into a downward dog. Pressing through that chest. And just driving the top of that left foot into the mat. So working through dorsiflexion and plantar flexion in either foot. And bringing the lefty forward. Just bringing that left foot out. Slightly and sinking back to find our swan. As always, a good stretch to the hips as swan pose. We're going to stay in swan because we're going to have a little bit of a quad stretch. If you feel that that left hip is lifting, use cushions or bolsters or blocks underneath that left hip. So we're here. So in our normal swan, the hips are pointing forward. We're going to allow those hips to open up a little bit now. Bend through that right knee and see if you can take hold of the right foot. So this is the first variation. I'll move this way so you can see what's going on. So the hip is opened up, bending through that right knee and taking hold of the foot. Again, maybe we've got a strap, maybe we're just here, working towards that foot. If we're going well, maybe we're hooking the foot into the elbow. Here, we can take Chin Mudra in that right hand, working those hips low and feeling that nice stretch through the front of the hip, through the quadriceps. If you're going well, you can take a bind. Taking the hand and working into the shoulders at the same time. So we're here in a mermaid posture. And just lifting the gaze if it feels good. So working through the shoulders at the same time, working through the hips, opening through the front body. Inhale. And exhale, release. And again, how far you get doesn't matter. Whatever feels nice in your body. So bringing that right foot back. So I'm swinging around a lot just so you can see what's going on. And bringing the left knee back onto the mat. Option to come into child's pose, have a rest. Or option to join me for a vinyasa. Tuck toes under. Find your plank. And exhale to lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. And exhale, drop knees back to the mat, back to that tabletop position to work into the left side. So stepping that left foot back. Again, just working through that left leg a little bit here. The leg is strong, so my quad Really engaged here. I'm pointing the toe, and again, working through that hip motion. So inhale, bringing that left foot over. Exhaling. Inhale, bring it through. And exhale, bring it up. Exhaling. Inhale, bring it through. And exhale, bring it up. Now lifting my toe then. Try to keep the toe on the floor as you move. And again, remember the banders. We'll do about 5 on this side. And 2 more. Again, just finding that range. It doesn't matter how deep. Let's do 1 more. And as we come round this time, we're going to stop where the heel is in line with that right hip. Just check that that right hip is over that knee, and we'll start to walk the hands forward for that thread the needle variation. So this time the left arm comes underneath the right. At the same time, working through that shoulder. Let's stay in a couple more breaths. And coming back out, bringing the hands back onto the mat underneath the shoulders, and we'll send that left foot back. Point the toe, lift the leg, work through those glutes. Nice and strong. Just really trying to send that energy out through that left foot. And again, finding the core strength here as well. Not allowing that back to dip. And let's pulse. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Flexing the ankle, bringing the ball of the foot back onto the mat again. We're pressing back through that right foot. And right toes are pointed, lifting that right hip again. So coming into that downward dog position and really pressing the top of that right foot into the mat as you press back through that left heel. Just working through the ankles. Inhale. And exhale, bring that right knee forward, take the heel out slightly just to make space as we sit back into our swan. And again, make yourself comfortable. Use bolster, cushion, or towel underneath your right hip if it's lifted a little bit here. Open the hips up. And if it's available, bend in that left knee, taking hold of the foot. And again, maybe this is enough. Maybe you can feel that stretch through the hips. And it's going to differ from day to day. Sometimes this pose is totally unavailable for me. So maybe we're here, just holding the foot. Maybe we're hooking into that, the toe into that elbow crease. If we're going well, we're taking our bind, taking the right hand over the top. And coming into our mermaid. Keep sinking the hips low. Keep opening through the body. Always scanning the body. Just looking for where you can work a little bit more in this posture. Or where you can relax. Quite an intense posture. Working into the shoulders, the hips, the legs, the back, the chest. And we'll release. Bringing the hands back onto the mat. Let's bring that right foot back to meet the left. Finding your high plank. Inhale. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. And exhale. And keep that breath going nice and deep. Inhaling. And exhale, drop knees to the mat, knees together, feet together, sit back on the heels and rest in child's pose. And just allowing yourself to be present, just letting go of the postures that have been. Lifting the gaze. We'll swing the legs to the left. Sit back, find our way to seated. Let's take the legs out in front and we'll come to lie down with control. Interlace the fingers and reach the arms overhead. And draw your knees into your chest, give yourself a squeeze. Just thanking yourself for showing up on your mat this evening or today, depending on when you're watching this class. Could be morning. And nice and easy, just bringing the feet back to the mat, sending those legs straight. Find the edges of the mat with the heels, allow the feet to fall out to the side, and we'll take up space with the arms, palms facing up. As always, if you have a blanket, go ahead, grab your blanket. Or if you have a hoodie or a jumper that you can put on, go ahead and do it just to keep the heat, the energy of the practice trapped in your body as you rest. And when you're there, just making yourself comfortable. Shoulder blades under the back. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. And then just let yourself go. Total relaxation. Return into normal breathing. Just checking that jaw is nice and relaxed. The face is relaxed. And just allowing the body to be heavy. Just noticing the skin. Noticing the heat on the skin. Or maybe a cool breeze that you're feeling. Noticing the saliva in the mouth. Or the perspiration on the skin. And bringing your awareness to your breath. Keeping the focus on the breath now. It's your natural breath, without controlling how you're breathing. And if the mind wanders off, just acknowledge the thought that took you away from the present moment. And just draw your focus back to the breath. And maybe now you can connect to that deep inner peace, the stillness, the space that exists in every single cell in your body. Total stillness. And we'll take a deep inhale. Exhale the breath, completely connect the navel to the spine. Inhale the breath into your heart space. Exhale the breath into the fingertips, the toes, and starting to wiggle the fingers and toes as you bring movement back to your body. Rotating wrists and ankles, moving limbs. And bring your feet, legs together, take the arms overhead for a full body stretch. Draw the knees into the chest, give yourself a squeeze. And as always, let's take a moment to show gratitude for the abundance of nature that provides us with all we need, and the love that exists of our family, of our friends. And gratitude
for their support, for their guidance. And then rocking over to our right hand side. And joining you again.
Sitting nice and tall. With every exhale. Inhale for Om. For kindness in our actions and for kindness in our ways. Thank you all